Hello Capricorn friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Capricorn November 2023 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. This is a 7-minute astrology highlights special version of my report. This is for you if Capricorn is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Cap placement that you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. I think it is always helpful to know that I have a lot of Capricorn placements myself. So whenever I'm reading your chart, I'm also reading my chart. So is there any extra special insights that I get from that because it's mine also? Maybe. I have my moon there, I have my Venus there, I have my midheaven there. So whatever's going on, I'm with you. So we're going to hit the highlights, talk about some general transits as they relate to the Capricorn special lens. And we're going to look at what are unique things about the Capricorn experience at this time and what you can expect from this month. This month is a continuation of the open stars that started October 7th when we became free of Venus's post-shadow retrograde period. So from October 7th through November 25th, we've got this golden open period free from personal planet retrogrades. A personal planet retrograde is when Mercury, Venus, or Mars is moving in such a way in its orbit that it appears to be going backwards from our perspective on the Earth. And when those transits, or the shadow periods, meaning the times leading up to them and trailing off of the end of them, are happening, it lends itself to inward and backward energies and confusion and things from the past rather than forward moving things. So once we got into October 7th, we left that behind and we still have that continued, this open period with forward movement, outward expression, progress, being able to have more clarity, seeing further into the future. October 7th through November 25th. Okay, so the great portion of November is covered in this beautiful open period, the last of its kind for 2023, because we'll then move into Mercury shadow period, Mercury retrograde over the holidays, and then we'll start the new year in retrograde energy. Okay, so this is your big open period after a long sequence of retrograde energies from having Venus retrograde. So if you have to make big decisions, make big purchases, make big commitments, agreements, sign contracts, big parties, big events, travel, plans, anything like that, launches, business launches, big business moves, merging of businesses, all of those things are going to have amazing energy here in November, right after Thanksgiving when the tides will start to shift. So take really full advantage of that, because it is going to be very notable, and the energies, especially as we get towards the end of the month, as these Scorpio energies move into Sagittarius, it will even start to get things moving forward more. So just as it's going to start to go retrograde, you'll see like a little burst there of extra momentum right before the tides shift. Okay, so 2 important notes. One is that we've got very busy skies in November, so a lot of planetary energies making contact. Okay, aspects in astrology are when planets get together in a meaningful mathematical connection. And when that happens, things happen for us, for better or worse, depending on the type of angle. So we've got a lot of busyness in the sky, just a lot of massive connection going on. And a lot of those connections are salty, which I like to call the incoherent aspects. So we've got a lot of nuisance aspects this month, but we still do have that nice forward moving energy and a lot of clarity in the midst of the chaos. Okay, we do have the after effects of those 2 October eclipses. I'm not going to talk at length about these eclipses in this report because in September and October, I went into lots of details. So if you want to understand the eclipses and how they may be affecting you and the storylines that are at play in the timelines, you can listen back to those September and October reports for Capricorn. But what we need to know here is that 4 to 6 weeks after the eclipses, so that puts us even into December, we still can have news, information, and major trajectory shifts. So big life-changing events that came especially from the closing out of that Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle for there was a 2-year cycle that started at the end of 2021 and made a giant culmination here at the end of 2023. So you definitely can have more news come in and, really big life-changing events. In general, the Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle was in a nice angle for Capricorns. So you might be seeing some pretty spectacular outcomes, from this eclipse, these eclipses. All right, so the next thing that is notable is that we've got a stellium of energy in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. It feeds in nicely with your earth sign, makes beautiful 60-degree angles full of possibilities, possibilities that have to be activated. 60-degree angles mean it's an opportunity, but you have to do something with it. Unfortunately, Capricorns tend to be pretty proactive, and the more you're looking out for opportunities, the more you'll find them. And here's where you'll find them: partnerships, relationships, finances, spiritual and psychological discoveries and breakthroughs, and also the energy of friendships and networks and clubs and teams. This is not a month to be in a silo unless you are happening to use the Scorpio energy to merge deeply with spirit, and it's just you and spirit and prayer and meditation, because that's a really great use of the energy as well. But for many Capricorns, this is going to translate this combination of Scorpio partnership energy and this 11th house friendship, networks, clubs, teams, community energy is going to mean that there's a lot of networking going on, a lot of connecting with other people. Houses in astrology are fields of experience that we have as humans. So each of these little pie pieces that you see here, this looks like a pizza pie, all of these pie pieces correspond with different fields of experience that we have as humans, unifying factors to our human experience. And it happens to be that this 11th house that's lit up so beautifully by these Scorpio planets in a nice angle for Cap is this energy of community, of something combining with other people for something greater than yourself. It may be a time where you meet like-minded people, new groups of people that really speak your language, sometimes literally, but, otherwise figuratively, like they're just on the same page with you. So this really is a time, unless you have any intuitive inkling otherwise, to really, take advantage of opportunities to meet different people. And you may find some surprises and surprising fulfillment through some different connections with groups. And these can be online or virtual, or they can be in person. But friendships and, communities and even patents and technology, all of that is under the domain of the 11th house, this field of experience, that's being lit up by this stellium of Scorpio placements. Big highlight of the month, November 13th, we've got that beautiful new moon in Scorpio on the topic, adding to all this Scorpio energy at 20 degrees. So special kisses and potentials and new beginnings in partnerships and finances and with these groups and all this that I'm talking about. And those of you who have 20-degree placements, or between 15 and 25 degrees, the closer to 20 degrees, the more you get the kiss. This corresponds to birthdays like January 5th through January 15th, and the closer to around January 10th, the more that you get the kiss from that. The Libra energies are going to highlight your work and career sector. So you've got employment and your place out in the world lit up. Overall, a month of life-changing connections and news. You can see more about this month at anniehelpsyou.com. Sign up for my free VIP community and get my astrology right up 1 month ahead, plus connections to blogs and all kinds of other things that I write to keep you up on the scene. And you can also learn astrology with me, become a professional astrologer, and you can see my secret star portal where I've got all kinds of exclusive content, and you can access all this at anniehelpsyou.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.